And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Wednesday, August 7th. I'm the host for today's program, Paul Domain, and many of the stories read here can be found in our publication, News from Indian Country, or online at IndianCountryNews.com. And here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other news sources. The first of two massive shipments of oil refinery equipment continues its trek along scenic US 12 August 6th in Idaho after being temporarily halted by members of the Nez Perce tribe who blocked the highways in protest. The load departed from Port of Wilma near Clarkston, Washington on August 5th, according to the Lewiston Tribune. The two-lane highway in Idaho passes through the Nez Perce Reservation and a federal wild and scenic river corridor. Idaho issued a permit last week allowing Omega Morgan to begin hauling two giant water purification units measuring 225 feet long, 21 feet wide, and weighing 644,000 pounds across the state into Montana and onto its oil tar sands project in Alberta, Canada. Nez Perce Chairman Silas Whitman said that collaboration and diplomacy have failed and tribal members wanted to intercept the loads at the reservation line. "We are tired of being pushed," he said. Several Nez Perce Executive Committee members were removed by police, but within less than 2 hours, a barrier of police vehicles kept protesters away from the load as it moved on. The Rapid City, South Dakota City Council has unanimously approved a Native American sculpture garden in the city's downtown despite safety and access concerns. The sculpture garden in Haley Park, proposed by the nonprofit First Nations Sculpture Garden Corporation, will feature bronze statues of four prominent 20th century American Indians: Charles Eastman, a physician who witnessed the Wounded Knee Massacre; Black Elk, a Oglala holy man who was born and raised at Pine Ridge; artist Oscar Howie; and author Vine Deloria Jr. Construction is to begin within 3 years, according to the Rapid City Journal. The city's Parks and Recreation Advisory Board in July narrowly rejected the plan, urging First Nations to work with city staff to find a more suitable location. First Nations officials maintained that the park likely will not draw heavy foot traffic, and the city's Public Works Committee last week narrowly recommended approval. A prominent Native actor arrested 2 weeks ago on a charge of aggravated DWI in Santa Fe, New Mexico, has apologized for his behavior toward police during the arrest. Quote, "While I cannot comment on the ongoing legal situation, I want to apologize to law enforcement officers for my behavior that evening," actor Wes Studi said in a statement through his publicist. "Though it wasn't apparent, I do have a high respect for law enforcement officials." Studi, 66, of Santa Fe, an elder activist from the American Indian movement, has appeared in such movies as Avatar, The Last of the Mohicans, and Heat. At about 1 a.m. on July 26, Studi was arrested by Santa Fe police, who found a Volvo he was allegedly driving parked with its lights off in the middle of Old Pecos Trail, where Studi refused to take blood, alcohol, or field sobriety tests. A police video of the incident shows Studi becoming belligerent with officers. Regulators say an administrative judge has found a company liable for violations of the Safe Drinking Water Act at a disposal well on the Souther Ute Reservation. The Environmental Protection Agency says Maralex Disposal LLC was assessed an $89,000 penalty over its commercial brine disposal injection well. Company manager member Mickey O'Hara said August 5th the Ignacio-based company will appeal. The EPA says that in 2010 it issued a notice of violation to Maralex after finding signs of a likely leak in the well system, and a 2011 inspection found that planned repairs weren't done. The EPA says that after it issued another notice of violation, the company completed the repairs. The company has been authorized to resume injections into the well. O'Hara maintains there never was a leak. A team of archaeologists has been finding troves of ancient Native American artifacts in the middle of a popular Buffalo, New York park. Archaeologists from the University of Buffalo are excavating an area near Route 198 where it cuts through Delaware Park. The dig is part of a proposed $85 million project by the State Department of Transportation to downgrade the highway into a boulevard accessible to pedestrians and bicyclists. The archaeologist tells the Buffalo News they found artifacts that include native tools and artifacts made from limestone bedrock thousands of years ago. They've also found more recent artifacts, including animal bones and other items from many slaughterhouses that operated near the park in the 19th century. A new Western Indiana historical park honors the heritage of the Miami Nation of Indians. Close to 100 people, some dressed in garments signifying their native heritage, witnessed the dedication of the Wapahasiki-Sipawee Mound Historical Park at Fairbanks this last weekend. Organizers say the name of the park means Wabash River in the Miami's Algonquin language. Susan Petoskey of the Sullivan County American Indian Council told the Tribune-Star the park honors 2 Indian mounds. Visitors can take a walk on the trail that starts with a sign that says 7 grandfather teachings and continues on to list the teachings such as wisdom, love, and respect. And that's going to be another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. Thank you for joining with us, and come back again soon.